We just heard that Gabriel wasn't in the first part of training. Everything okay with him?
We've got one more day to prepare the match, and we'll see tomorrow if everybody's available.
Okay, so no hangover from Bayern?
We have some, but hopefully with another day we're going to be okay.
Okay, in terms of the Bayern game, what did you take of it? You've had time to reflect on it.
Reflection done, Bayern gone, now it's Aston Villa. Only focus on Aston Villa.
Okay, and in terms of Saka, obviously very animated at the end of the game, understandably. Does he calm down?
Yes, he looked fine this morning, so he's got 48 hours to think about it, and that's done.
Okay. In terms of Aston Villa, what's impressed you most about in this side?
Well, what they've done, obviously, since Unai come in, he's made a huge impact at the club in terms of performances and consistently unbelievable what they are doing. They're still in European competition. They played last night, so really impressed with what they've done.
Obviously, by Sunday, obviously you're playing last in terms of the Premier League title race. How does that affect you? What sort of challenge does that present you in terms psychologically, playing last and knowing that you could be behind both City and Liverpool by the game?
We will know the results. We still have our duty to win our game, which is the only thing that we can control. That happened a few times already. It's going to happen again the next few weeks. It's just focus on what we can do, what we can control, and make sure that we performed like we have to do against a really good side to try to beat them.
If I could just ask one last one about the semi-automated offside technology.
Yeah.
It was voted in unanimously. Are you pleased about this?
Yes, I think it was that unanimous. That means that it's going to be better, it's going to be faster and more efficient, so hopefully it's going to work and be very positive for us.
Thanks, Vicky. We'll go to Alex from the Premier League.
Hi, Mikel.
Hi.
What's the latest on Jurgen Timber? When is he going to be ready for the matchday squad, do you think?
Steve's got a few steps to make. He needs to play a game at least with the under-23s. He's going to have an in-house game soon as well. He's done everything in training. Now he's getting that match fitness and having people around and start competing in a football match, which is different to training.
What will he bring to this team when he's back?
Hopefully a lot for everything that we see in training and the time that he was fit. I think he's going to have a big impact in the team.
Arsenal unbeaten in the league in 2024, won 10 your 11 games in the league. How good is the momentum right now?
Yes, really good, and we want to carry on going. It's the most beautiful part of the season coming up right now. Very busy schedule, and on Sunday we're going to have a really tough one against a really good side, and we're going to have to be really good to beat them.
The lead at the top of the table has changed 18 times already this season.
I didn't know that.
You didn't?
No.
I do. How exciting is it? How exciting is it to be involved in a title race like this?
Hopefully it stays as it is for the remaining 6 weeks. And 18 is a beautiful number. I like 8 a lot. It was my number, so let's keep it 18.
Brilliant. Lucky number 18 then. How well are the players dealing with the pressure at the moment, going into each game, knowing that they simply cannot afford to drop points?
I think it's just a motivation. I think they lived it already, and they are super excited about what we are doing, the way the team is performing, winning matches, and they want more. We know the task, the challenge ahead of us, and how good we have to be to win it, but we're going to try.
As you mentioned earlier, Aston Villa have just played. They have some key players out injured. Can you use that to your advantage, do you think?
We always try to use things in our advantage. We don't know what they are going to do, and there's nothing that we can control. They still won last night, and they are a really good side. So we know the danger, and we know our strengths as well, and try to do what we have to do to win it.
Good luck on Sunday.
Thank you.
George, good to see you.
Mikel, hello. Sorry,
Hi.
I'm just going back to Tuesday. I know the VAR call didn't work in your favour, but in general, there's a few differences in the Champions League VAR system to the Premier League, and I just wondered what you preferred. It seems in the Champions League it seems to be a lot smoother. I just wondered if you had an opinion on that.
No, it is different as well. The officials, I think they are different. You have to adapt. It's a competition that is played in a slightly different way, and we're trying to adapt.
Just in looking back to Tuesday, that result, because it was such a great game, but has that got the potential to be so draining for your players because what they put into it, or do you have to look at the other way and they could take so much out of that for the end of the season?
I think a lot to take, and especially how we manage emotionally the game. We've been very dominant and ahead, and in 15 minutes you are behind a top side, and you have to deal with that game emotionally, which is really tough to do, and I think the team did brilliantly to manage that situation, half time, everything to play for Munich.
When you talk about that emotionally, you can't teach that, can you, really? Can you as a manager, or do they just have to learn that on the field in big games, how they take that into the last 7 matches you've got?
I think that's something that you have to work on daily with a lot of aspects. So when you are there, you already are living certain things in your system and as a team to be able to deal with them.
Just a word on Unai Emery. I know he's done his 1,000th game on Wednesday, but I mean that's some achievement.
Unbelievable, and he's done it in so many different countries, in so many different contexts, and he's been incredibly successful. Obviously, he's very close to my hometown. I have huge admiration for him and huge respect, and wishing the best after Sunday. But what he's doing again, I think it's really impressive.
Thank you.
Ian, TalkSport.
Hi, Mikel.
Hi.
The next 2 weeks, how defining are they going to be for you and your season?
Percentage-wise,
Percentage-wise, or just, you know?
very, for sure, because we can be in all competitions, going into the semi-finals of the Champions League and being top of the Premier League or not, so every game is going to define what our future looks like.
So with that in mind, how excited are you and the players, regardless of this football cliche of just looking one game at a time? It's impossible now, isn't it, to just look at one game. You must be looking at the whole season and what's left and what is there to achieve.
It's the only thing possible to look at one day and one game. It's the only thing that is possible, because it's the only thing that maintains you focused and determined in the task that you have to do on the day, which is the only thing that you can control.
So you've never woken up one morning in the last month, let's say, and thought, I could, if things go right, be the first Arsenal manager in 20 years to be champions of this country?
I don't think like this, to be fair. I think about what we have to do next to beat the next opponent and to maintain the position that we are in. Still very far.
How difficult